Learning how and where to buy Bancha tea can be a crucial step in your Japanese tea journey. In this video, we're going to talk about what Bancha tea is, why you may want to start drinking it, and where to buy Bancha tea. We'll also compare it to other common types of Japanese green tea to see what makes it unique. Before we get started, it would really mean a lot to us if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for future tea videos. We have hundreds of videos on all sorts of topics related to Japanese green tea, but for this episode, we're going to focus on Bancha specifically. Without further ado, let's get started. So what is Bancha tea? Before we talk about how and where to buy Bancha tea, let's first discuss what it is. Bancha is the second most common type of green tea in Japan after sencha. While sencha is made from the younger sprouts of the tea plant, Bancha is made from the older leaves or from later harvests. Because the older leaves of the tea plant are lower in caffeine, teas made from these leaves like Bancha, Hojicha, and Genmaicha will be lower in caffeine compared to those teas made from the younger leaves like Matcha, Gyokuro, and Sencha. What are some of the benefits of Bancha tea? In addition to being low in caffeine, the older leaves are also higher in minerals. This makes Bancha a good tea to help with digestion, and it's why many people in Japan choose to drink Bancha tea after a meal. The older leaves also have a different flavor to them. While the younger leaves used in sencha are sweeter and fresher, the flavor of Bancha is more mild. You may get notes of cereal, warm wood, and citrus when you drink this tea. Bancha makes for a good snacking tea because in addition to being good for digestion, it also pairs well with snacks like popcorn and mixed nuts. Now that we've covered why to buy Bancha tea, let's talk about how and where to buy Bancha tea. Bancha tea is quite inexpensive, but that doesn't mean that quality doesn't matter. It's still important to get your Bancha tea from a reputable source. The best way to buy Japanese green tea like Bancha is online, as most local tea shops do not carry teas unless they are super popular. Because Bancha is a relatively obscure tea outside of Japan, it may be difficult to find. When you buy Bancha tea online, whether it be through our website or another website, it is important that you can easily find information about how and where the tea was produced. We like to give people as much transparency as possible. That's why we'll tell you exactly where the Bancha was produced. We even met the farmer in person. After traveling around Japan for the past few years, we have met with dozens of farmers and sampled many different types of Bancha tea. Ultimately, we decided on the one that we thought was the best, and that's the Bancha Masuda N, produced by Mr. Masuda in Shizuoka. If you're interested in trying it, you can find more information in the description below. Some people also ask where to buy Bancha twig tea, but this might be confusing two different types of teas. Bancha tea refers to a tea made from the older leaves and stems of the tea plant, whereas twig tea or kukicha refers to a Japanese green tea made from the stems and leaves of the tea plant. These teas both have a lot in common, but they are quite different when it comes to the taste. Both of the teas are inexpensive and low in caffeine. The kukicha tea trades more on these late summer grass, hay, or floral notes, setting it apart from the more woody or cereal notes of the Bancha. How can you get Bancha tea from us? If you're interested in trying Bancha tea for yourself, you can try our Bancha Masuda N. This tea is produced by Mr. Masuda, a talented farmer in Shizuoka that is committed to growing green tea without the use of pesticides or chemicals. This tea is inexpensive and it has a very pleasant flavor that makes it the perfect pairing for an afternoon snack. Try it out for yourself and let us know what you think. When you order tea from us, you're not only helping to support this channel, but you're also helping us to support the dozens of talented farmers we work with all around Japan. We believe that by sharing these farmers' stories and their teas with people all around the world, we can help to transition the tea industry into a more positive, sustainable direction. If you have any questions about Bancha or green tea in general, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. Until then, we'll see you next time.